Hi, my name is Mike Conley of East Bay Property Management here in Fremont. And what we're going to look at in this short video is, should you be thinking of selling or doing a 1031 exchange for your current East Bay rental? Now, my credo with myself and all my owners is very simple. Live where you want to live, but invest where the numbers make sense. And so we're going to look at your rental in today's economy and ask the question, do the numbers make sense? And the first thing that we want to look at with your rental property is your home's cap rate. And I can assure you that your rental house has a cap rate between 2 and 2.5%. Your cap rate is calculated like this. You simply divide the annual net operating income of your rental home by the current value of the rental home. Here's an example. Let's say your rent is $3,000 a month for your rental house. That's $36,000 annually. Will you subtract from that your taxes, your insurance, your maintenance, your reserves, and your vacancy factor? Not your mortgage. You don't subtract that. We don't use that in this equation. And you're going to come up with a number around $20,000. In this instance, $22,000. It might go up or down depending on your property taxes and other expenses, but your NOI is going to be about $22,000 on $36,000 in gross rent. You now take that $22,000 and you divide it by what your home could sell for today. Not what you bought it for, but today. Well, the average East Bay home is right around $900,000. You divide $22,000 net operating income by $900,000 value of the house, you come up with a 2.4% cap rate. That's what the typical cap rate is for an East Bay house. Guess what? A cap rate for a rental home in the East Bay is one of the worst of any type of rental property in the United States. So your return on investment of 2.5% is, compared to other rentals around the country, very, very low. That's why you have virtually no investors coming into the Bay Area to buy a rental house with a 2.5% cap rate. So the next thing that we want to look at with your rental house is the appreciation of the house. What we foresee with appreciation. Now, appreciation has to do with the real estate cycle. So in a real estate cycle, you're going to have 4 components: recession, recovery, bubble, pop. And each cycle here in the East Bay over the last 40 years has been 7 to 10 years. We've had 4 full cycles in the last 40 years, each of them 7 to 10 years. This current cycle that we're in is in its 13th year. It's gone way beyond what the average cycle has been in the past. Many people that study real estate timing, that look at the affordability index and interest rates and housing starts and equity extraction, they feel that we are in a bubble. We've been hearing this word for the last several years, but many people believe that we're in the 8th inning and the bubble is about to pop. They're saying that the appreciation train has run its course. It's been great the last few years, but they don't see it over the next few years. In fact, they're seeing a pullback. Well, if you are not getting appreciation for your home over the next few years and you're getting a lousy cap rate, then it might be time to think of selling it, which many owners are doing a 1031 exchange and buying rental property outside of the Bay Area. Now, what you have with any rental is what we call the sweet spot. That is the overlap of a good cap rate, good appreciation, low risk. That gray area is the sweet spot. That's where you want to live with a rental property. But if you're not getting any appreciation and your cap rate is not very good, then currently you're just living in one bubble, which is low risk, because your rental property here in the East Bay really would be a low-risk rental investment. You're able to fill a vacancy very quickly, but you're not getting much of a cap rate. You're not getting any appreciation. So you've got a tenant living in your house, using the furnace, using the water heater, sun beating down on the roof, to earn about $22,000 a year on your investment. Let me put it another way for you. If you had a briefcase filled with $900,000 in cash, which is what your home is worth, would you buy it as an investment to get $22,000 a year in return? And the answer would probably be no way. You can get a much higher return in other investment vehicles. Let me give you a couple of examples of higher cap rates. These are real life today listings. Number one, you could buy a $100,000 home in Kansas City. The Midwest is very exciting right now for out-of-state investors. And that home could provide $1,000 a month rent at a 7% cap rate. So you could almost take your home now, sell it, buy 9 homes in Kansas City, and get $9,000 in gross rent. Or you could buy a fourplex in Rockland for $625,000, providing $6,000 in rent. Again, about a 7% cap rate. Or you could go to the southern part of the state, actually the Central Valley, and buy a $1 million retail office complex in Clovis, providing $11,000 in gross rent for a cap rate of 7%. So you're literally making hundreds of thousands of dollars more in rental income over a period of time with a property like this than you are with your East Bay rental home, which is getting no appreciation, or at least that's what they're foreseeing. So these are all reasons to consider a 1031 exchange where you sell your current rental house and invest in other rentals outside of the area. If you've got any questions regarding any of this, please give me a call, Mike Conley, at 510-996-3238. Thanks for watching.